Hey up you lot out there watching this, it's your boys, back with SCP. I say boys because Connor's joining us for the first time in this series. Isn't that right,
I'm
Connor?
scared.
He's scared already?
I'm scared.
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 Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Phil's here as well.
I'm here. Yeah, we're about to do more. What we should actually tell you, Connor, is that the way we do this is before we actually go to the actual SCP entities themselves, we actually have a look at because we thought the anomalous items are very curious as well, because they started off pretty standard, didn't really do much, and then they start to get a bit more deadly. We did notice, didn't we, Andrew?
Oh,
No, in
really?
some cases just more weird, yeah.
Yeah, or more weird as well. Yeah. So these are
It's like
stuff
power
that-
creep for items.
Yeah.
It's just getting stronger and stronger.
This is stuff that's not quite sentient enough to be an entity, but still have like weird effects. Basically, what
Yours.
the anomalous items are.
Indeed. And then we'll go through, as usual, some of these. Maybe sort of aim for 10, 20 or so, around about there. And then go and read a few more actual SCPs, because obviously last time we ended off SCP-009, which was quite an interesting one. So from this episode, we'll also be going from SCP-010 onward to however many we have time to do. So, Phil, we're back with the anomalous items. This time we're looking at 041 to 050. I don't know why I said 041 when I mean 041 to 050, but sure.
Well, you're a research scientist and everything has to be 3 digits.
Yes, indeed. So first one, item description: a pair of cordless headphones that constantly play songs by the Beatles despite the lack of music or energy source. No date of recovery. Location of recovery was a concert in California, and it's currently in storage.
Oh, great! That would be good if you actually got this pair of headphones and found out that you weren't a fan of the Beatles.
I don't like the Beatles, so that's the scariest thing I've ever seen.
Oh man, Connor's got hot takes today. He doesn't like the Beatles. Oh man. I mean, to be honest, I've never actually really listened to any of their songs myself, so can't really say much about them.
And he couldn't turn it off as well, so because it's got no energy source or anything, he'd be like, "Oh, for God's sake!" And I've had enough of listening to this. Can you play something else? No, just the next. And
It's more
next song,
Lucy
and
in
then
the
it's
Sky
another
with
song.
Diamonds.
Yeah, and now it's Hey Jude. Like, oh no, can I listen to something else now? Pink Floyd? No, it's not going to happen. Right.
Pink Floyd, that well-known Beatles song.
Of course.
Well, next one, item description is a ballpoint pen. Decimal points and numbers written with the pen will periodically move for the next 314 days. It was recovered sometime in the 2000s, specifically I'm guessing American date format, so 3rd of November. Location recovery and accounting department at Site 11. Currently stored in low value item wing of storage Site 23.
That would be if you needed it for a specific job. That's not going to work very well, is it? If you use that pen, where just because you, especially for some things, it could cause catastrophic mistakes if the decimal point's put in the wrong place.
Yes.
You give it to someone who's like writing a check for you and pray the decimal point goes the right way in your favour.
Yeah, exactly.
Ignore the written value. But yeah.
Well, you could say, "Oh, I'm just going to write a check out for you." Okay, but can you use this pen, please? Please, just this one, please. No. Oh, but I've got my own pen. No. This pen's the best one. Please use it.
Do people still use checks these days? Do young people know what a check is? When you have your little book and you'd scribble out the name of the person you're giving it to and the amount, and they'd have to take it to the bank, give it to the cashier. Do we remember those days? Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Does he?
Does he?
Also,
I don't know.
314 days. Is that supposed to be some reference to pi?
Pie? What kind of pie,
Right.
Phil?
3.14. I was just thinking there. You see.
Yes. Next one, item description, computer file with the name DFF1C.tmp. The file has a negative file size of -2 bytes. Its presence on a storage medium increases the space available. Copies of the file retain this property, but editing the file changes its size to 0 bytes. Data recovery was 21st of May in the 2000s. It's currently on Dr. So-and-so's home computer, stored in Dr. So-and-so's computer with several backups on portable media. Now that would be a useful thing to have, wouldn't it?
It would, wouldn't it? That'd be, especially for you with all your recordings, it'd be great. Just put that in, use that computer file. Shame you'll never be able to get it because the SCP Foundation have it forever. So,
And it only gives you 2 bytes, so you'll have to have a lot of copies.
Just a whole folder full of copies of this one file that apparently gives you more storage space.
because it starts off at -2 bytes.
Yes.
But hey, be useful. You'll have to go and find Dr. Redacted wherever he is.
Yes. Next one is a three-sided die. No matter how it's observed, subjects will report that it definitely has three sides, despite this being physically impossible. Recovered sometime in the 2000s, at a tabletop gaming convention in Redacted. Current status: sliced in half, yielded 2 one-sided dice.
Oh.
So would a one-sided dice just be a spherical dice?
Yeah. Yeah, would it be just what? Yeah, I suppose it'd just be one bit, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But again, that is having a sort of anomalous effect on someone else, because it's making the subject saying it definitely has three sides, but maybe the people who aren't nearby are just like, no, I don't believe you.
Yeah.
Well, the item technically doesn't exist anymore because it's been cut in half.
Indeed.
Yeah, they do. Who did that? And sometimes the SCP Foundation, when they mess around with these things, they do actually start destroying it.
Yeah. That happens quite often. Next one is adjustable height stainless steel floor fan of unknown make and manufacture. The fan will only function when exposed to music written by an artist or artists that no persons within hearing range have knowledge of. Covered in 1997 in Jacksonville, Florida, in storage.
Okay.
Okay, what a
So,
very specific
What a
thing.
strange side effect.
Yeah, it is. So no person within hearing range have knowledge. So it'd basically be like they've never.
Well,
Heard
they
of the
don't.
artist.
Yeah, they don't know
Unique
him.
music.
Yeah, that would be that's a bit strange.
Yes, it's very an odd object, and to have such a very specific property to it. It's a fan, not even a musical-related item, but sure.
And it just functions when that happens. So it'll probably hardly ever work.
Exactly.
They'd be like, what's going on? Where's my fan not working?
Item description: a pound cake that emits the sound of a young girl laughing when being cut. Recovered in 2012 from a bakery shop in Wyoming. Kept in cold storage at Site 17. That's a bit of a weird one.
Well, maybe it'll be gone soon because it doesn't say it regenerates. So
Yeah.
that's good. But that would just be
eat it.
just so. Yeah. But that would be so weird when you're saying, right, we've got a nice cake for dessert. Let me just. What was that? Have you got a daughter? No. What was that? What was that I just heard? He just cut again. Oh God, what's going on?
What if you cut it with your teeth when you're biting into it?
I was
Just
thinking about
laughing
that.
comes inside your mouth.
Indeed.
That would be. I mean, it doesn't say anything. I mean, technically, you can cut with your teeth, so that could work.
Just had a very cursed thought of this cake sort of, you start cutting into it with a knife and it goes, oh, harder. Starts giggling. It's like, no. Yeah. That's
We'll
a weird
There
stuff
could be an
movie
almost
thing.
items like that. You never know.
Yes. On to the next one then. So, a slate sculpture of a human hand and a section of forearm, standing approximately 0.5 metres tall and weighing 50 kilograms. The object's orientation cannot be changed and acts as a perfect compass. The thumb always points due magnetic north. Recovered in 2012 from a raid on a Marshall, Carter and Dark Limited warehouse in London. Current status: staff guards at Sector 25. Note: accompanying recovered documentation indicates that MC&D was having difficulty finding a buyer for the object. Do we just needed to know that additional detail at the end?
Yeah.
Of course, you need to know that. Honestly, God, I can't believe you're questioning the research of the SP bound trade.
Yes.
You say beehive bedlam.
Sounded a bit like that, didn't it?
SCP Skybox.
Yeah. I mean, it's a very useful compass, I guess, this thing, if you have no actual compass, but sure.
Yeah, well, if you can't, but if you can never change it, it would be also useless in a way because you can't actually move it around.
Indeed, yeah.
Different directions, yeah.
Yes.
So it's a bit useless in that regard.
Aye. Next one is a 235 kilogram something brand moped. When travelling at speeds in excess of 30 kilometers an hour, it displays inertial qualities consistent with an object of significantly higher mass, generally between 350 and 600 kilograms, depending on speed. Covered in 1999 from somewhere in Germany, just in storage at the moment.
That is a very strange one as well. So it basically gets bigger.
Yeah.
Or weighs more. Well, no, there's a difference between mass and weight, but
Yeah. Indeed.
it's more heavier.
The faster you go, the wider it gets.
It's like wide Putin. It's a wide moped rider.
Yeah. And everyone will be like, "What's going on here? What's happening to your moped?" Nothing. I think you're just seeing things, mate.
A moped, because it gets wider.
Just a moped. Yeah. Next
Yeah,
one.
I'll just tell you what, I'll tell you what, you should go to the Cracker Factory, really.
I'm here all week.
Next one is a large whiteboard. Should a subject write a problem on the whiteboard, it will immediately begin to form a chart organising the information pertinent to that problem. The object will then form connections between the information and attempt to come up with a solution. However, it will also write comments regarding the subject's intellect and physical appearance. These are almost always derogatory. Location somewhere in Texas, currently in storage. Yeah.
Try to F, see me on it.
What it should have just been is an item description, a large whiteboard.
Yeah.
There we go.
You don't need anything more. You don't need exact measurements, Phil. It's just a large whiteboard.
It's interesting that it will do form a chart to the information, but then it will take the piss out of you as well while it's doing it. That would just be great, because you could have such a prank on someone, though, couldn't you? by doing that as well.
Yes. Indeed. I'm sort of thinking, you could try and use it to solve some of the world's biggest equations and problems, but it will insult you in the process as it does
Bullies
it.
you instead.
Yep.
But I don't think you mind if you could get it to solve this stuff. You're just like, "Oh, this is great, you fucking wanker." Oh, okay. Well, I'll just carry on then.
No wonder you need me to solve this for you.
Yeah. God, you're fucking dumb, aren't you?
Yep.
Jesus. You look. Oh God, look at your hair. Look at your hair. It looks so shit.
Wow, Phil's not even actually pretending to be the whiteboard at this point. He's just straight up insulting us, Connor.
That's what it says. Well, it says the physical appearance.
Bullies that, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. See, I cry ever, Tim.
Of course.
So,
was phone.
Item 50. So, a 1208 cell phone with exactly 2 bars of reception at all times, regardless of location, situation, or condition of the phone. Other functions do not differ from normal cell phones. No data recovery. Location was somewhere in a village in the Astrakhan district. Found possession of data redacted. Currently in storage.
I mean, compared to the other stuff, that's not really something too crazy. The fact that it never gets past 2 bars of reception. Well, you could just say you're in a crap reception area.
I know. I feel like my freaking work laptop never has more than freaking 2 bars of reception when I'm trying to get it on the internet in the office sometimes, but yeah.
That phone could be well suited for horror movies, right? Or 127 hours.
Yeah.
Well, on to anomalous items 51 to 60 then. So 51 is a purple stress ball that when squeezed causes the person to become contemplative about their recent successes and failures in life. Location of recovery in an office drawer of a psychiatrist by the name of Dr. Something Layman. Current status torn to shreds by a loose pet corgi. Reconstruction is under consideration. Notes, is this thing even necessary? Why do we even take it in the first place? Why did Rachel dump me last night? Why? Says Agent So-and-so.
He squeezed it.
Yeah.
Squeezed it too much, yes. Hang on a minute, it's been torn to shreds. Oh, it looks like even though it's been torn to shreds, though, its anomalous effect is still working.
Quite
Still
possibly, yes.
Indeed. But that would be a bit, because you'd start to think about your failures and stuff while you're squeezing it. And imagine if you're doing it because I know that some people at work sometimes have stress balls.
Yeah.
And just imagine they're sitting there complaining, going, "God, I did really well last night." What with? "Oh, I'm such an arse." What's going on? Are you all right?
So next one is a basset hound capable of limited human-like speech. Only vocalization, though, is the word "dude" in various accents and tones of voice. It's located somewhere in California. Currently held in Site 33 kennels. Now that's a funny one.
That would be a bit like that. That would just be amazing, because you could get annoyed after a while. Just be like, "Oh, look at that cute little dog, dude," and all it just like various accents, just like, "Hello, dude."
No, it won't say hello. It's just dude.
I know, but I'm trying to get the accent.
Yeah.
I know it would say hello.
Like Prince from the Disgaea series, they always say dude.
Oh, yeah.
Next one is a skee-ball arcade game dating to the late 1930s. Whenever 850 or more points are scored in a single frame, the ticket dispenser releases that number of live cockroaches. Recovered in 1943 from Something Anson Games, Coney Island, New York, currently in containment. Well,
God, that would... Thank God
that's a
they
good
did.
prize.
Yeah, that would scare a lot of people. Imagine just doing that in the arcade and it just releases cockroaches.
Nice high score. Fuck you.
You see, you wouldn't even think this
God.
is anomalous. You just think that the place is not well kept.
Oh my God, I got 1,000 points.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
1,000 cockroaches for you.
Yeah, 1,000 cockroaches. That would just be insane.
Yes. Item description: the key that can unlock the door to any empty, unmonitored room. However, a skeleton of a random small mammal always falls through the door as it is opened. Covered in 2006 from somewhere in London, currently in containment.
Oh,
Weird.
that would be very, very odd.
Yes.
It's council houses, isn't it?
Oh, that's just my block of flats.
Yeah, because if you open your own house, it's just gonna always, you're always gonna have every time you go into your house, your mammal's just gonna fall through the door. I suppose you get used to it after a while, wouldn't you?
Possibly. It's a random
Like-
small mammal as well, so it might not even be
Oh,
a
well,
rat or
maybe
anything.
Yeah, bat's just fallen through the door. Oh, okay.
Yep.
Useful if you dealt in bones. You could just sell them.
You're a taxidermist.
Yeah. Oh, we're missing that bone that you're after. Let me just open and close this door a few times.
Oh, dearie me. Next item is a treadmill that will suddenly increase the speed to the maximum, 15 km an hour, whenever stopped before the pre-programmed session is over. Unplugging the machine gave the same result. Date of recovery 2012 from a health centre in Seoul in South Korea. Current status: on sometime in 2012, object was found to be broken. It was revealed that many agents had used it for exercise since its containment. After the repair, object did not display anomalous properties any longer, and thus relocated to Foundation Health Centre.
Oh,
Well,
Andrew, that's a bit weird, isn't it? Because I remember talking to you in one of our old SCP episodes. I was thinking, oh, I go to the gym and I look at the treadmills.
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing to do where the treadmill. And yeah, oh my God, there is a treadmill. Well, it's not an SCP entity, but it's still an anomalous item.
See, Phil's been using the treadmill too much.
Yeah, that it is. And every time I've been trying to stop it before the session is over, it keeps getting faster. Help!
That's like a bossy treadmill, that's thinking it's like, no, you've not had enough exercise, and there's a punishment for trying to stop exercise.
You could,
yeah. You could prank a lot of people like that, say, yeah, let's put this in this gym, even though it's now no longer works. But
Yeah,
yeah.
indeed. Next one is a generic baseball cap that can only be worn properly. Any attempts to wear it sideways or backwards cause it to forcibly remove itself from the wearer's head. Data recovery sometime in the 2000s from New York, currently in storage.
possibly,
so-
like, it just pops off.
Yeah. Just jumps
But
off
will
your
it
head.
yeah, but will it wouldn't like cause like you to have any neck injury or anything? Will it try to? Hopefully, it's just like itself, and not just like to try and twist your head as well as it
Hopefully
tries
not.
to jump off. Yeah,
It's the forcibly bit that's got us a little concerned there.
Yeah, does it go vertically upwards or does it spin off?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, you don't know, do you? That could that could cause some serious injuries if it happens.
Indeed. Anyway, next one is a single copy of the book The Principles of Knitting. When the chapter detailing various problems encountered while knitting is read, the user experiences these problems the next time they attempt to knit. Problems extend to types of knitting not otherwise possible in 3 dimensions, leading to widespread tangling. Recovered in 2012 from somewhere in Baltimore, Maryland, USA, currently in storage.
Oh, well, it's okay because we don't knit,
Yeah.
so we will not be reading that book.
You're fine, aren't you, Phil? No knitting at all in your house?
No. Well, actually, my mum knits. Oh, Dad.
She live in your house?
No, but
No, so no problems in your house then, Phil? Hmm.
Well, she could come over to my house, so you don't know that.
And bring knitting with her? Oh no. Now you're screwed.
Yeah, no, I'm scared she'll read it, but then she'll have to do these weird things that like 2-dimensional stuff and 1-dimensional and stuff that's not possible in 3 dimensions.
Dear me. Yes. I can't really say much else about that other than Grandma is screwed.
Yeah.
This one is a shipment of 350 pre-packaged loaves of sliced potato bread consisting only of end slices. Viewing viewing the bread even causes disorientation and vestibular dysfunction. Recovered in 2010 from Salt Lake City in USA. Currently shredded during containment breach. Shreds only cause slight ringing in ears in 11% of test subjects. Remains in storage.
Oh, that would be odd. So it's just potato bread that actually does things to you.
Yeah.
And for those people who don't like end slices, they will really hate that one.
Yeah, they will.
Apparently in different parts of the UK there's actually strange slang terms for sort of like the crust pieces of bread slices. Apparently in parts of the country they call them the nobby, something like that. So why do they call it that? Where's that come from?
Nobby's nuts.
Nobby's nuts? Oh my god, that's a old snack that I assume is probably still going around. Is it still being sold?
I think it is, yeah.
Been
I
for
used
a while.
to love the chili because they were chili flavoured ones and they were really nice.
Yeah.
They were really good.
I just remember the TV advert. It was a bunch of guys going in the pub and then they see Nobby sat in the corner and like they try to run towards to get his packet of nuts and he stops them and he's like, "Nibble Nobby's nuts."
Oh god, yeah, I do remember that.
Did I just unlock a core memory in you there, Phil?
It still doesn't beat the Tango advert where he goes around slapping people in the face.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Next one, a VHS recording of the 1992 vice presidential debates, in which Vice President Dan Quayle appears to have been replaced with a brown quail. Coturnix, I'm not going to try pronouncing that, which displays normal avian behaviour on the recording. Behaviour of the other subjects on the tape is unaltered. Forensic video analysis has not revealed any evidence of editing. Recovered in November 17th, 2012 from Fort Lauderdale in Dr. Q Something's office.
Dr. Quayle's office.
Oh, no.
Oh no! Uh-oh. That would be a strange thing to watch. Just watching this quail just flapping and sort of things like that. It's like,
yeah. And everyone just talking to it like it's an actual vice presidential candidate.
Yeah, that would be strange.
Yes. And finally, for Object 60, we have a yellow rubber ducky bath toy. When a subject explains in detail a practical problem to the item as though it were a living anthropomorphic duck, they'll feel that they have a better understanding of said problem and are often immediately able to come up with a solution. Covered in sometime in the 90s from California, USA, in Display at Site 17's office block for use by all personnel. I mean, could that not just be that maybe just chewing it over in their own head as they hold the duck, irrespective of the duck itself, they maybe just figured things out? Is that anomalous?
No, it's a sorry, are you questioning the Foundation? I think they would have considered that.
Definitely that.
Yeah.
That would be great though if you had a really tricky problem that you wanted to fix and you could use this duck to try and help you out. Be like, what is 2 + 2? Oh,
how do I make better YouTube content?
I like that everyone can use it freely.
Yes. Indeed. SCP Foundation. It's our duck.
Yeah, usually it's good that because usually the SCP Foundation is very restrictive of what people can have.
Yes.
That's for sure.
Indeed. Well, that's another 20 anomalous items. Shall we go on to the SCPs now?
I think, indeed.
I think we shall.
Indeed.
Right, so as soon as it gets over there, here we go. So, like I said last time, we did friggin' 4 through till 9. Now we're going to be continuing on from SCP-010. So, I'm just saying, actually, who wants to start this one? Since I've been reading all those anomalous items.
Yes. So, the thing you should know as well, we both, Connor, we all read these because there's some a lot.
It will wreck our
voices. Yeah, we wreck our voices if it's just one of us doing it.
Yeah.
So,
I'll start then.
Yeah,
okay.
With
Collars of Control.
Okay, let's bring it up. There we go.
So it's classed as a safe object, and it's SCP-010. So the objects comprising SCP-010 are to be kept in numbered lockered boxes at Site 19. They're not to be worn except by test subjects. They're only to be removed from storage for testing. So SCP-010 consists of a series of 6 apparently identical cast iron collars with numbered metal tags and 1 remote control. The control is SCP-010-1. The collars are SCP-010-2 through to 0107. The collars contain intricate electronic components and are powered by small 5mm diameter, 2mm thick, 100-volt batteries. These batteries are rechargeable. Interesting.
That's I love how they go. I love you see when they do these reports, the SCP, they go into extreme detail with every single tiny little component.
The descriptions and everything. Yeah,
that's the thing about them because they want to make sure they've covered everything, don't they? That's the thing.
Yeah, definitely. So the remote is a heavy black box resembling an old-style handheld radio transmitter receiver with a primitive blue-white cathode ray screen and a series of more than 100 unlabeled buttons, as well as a frequency tuner. Through trial and error, the frequencies of all 6 currently found collars have been discovered. A label in Russian is stamped into the metal along with a logo consisting of workers building a pyramid. No official Russian corporation or government agency uses this logo or matches the words stamped into the metal. It's always the Russians, isn't it?
Yeah, there is a bit of the Twilight theme there. Is it No, yeah, the Twilight Zone. That's it. That's what I think. Twilight Zone. Twilight theme. Yeah.
So, placing the collar around the neck of a person and securing it allows one to control their every movement with the remote. It's also capable of producing an adrenal response and activating or deactivating the sympathetic nervous system. The most abnormal feature of the collars is the effect they have on the body morphology. They allow the user of the remote to reconfigure the shape of the victim to an extent that is apparently only limited by the knowledge of the programming language of the remote.
Oh, great. That sounds great, doesn't it?
Lovely.
So great. So you can control someone, basically. That's... they're starting to edge up in the freakiness, aren't they, Andrew?
Yeah, that's a bit spooky. Yeah. So there's an addendum. It was discovered in the basement of a lone man in the Midwestern United States after a local disappearance was connected to him. When the police raided the man's house, they found SCP-010 as well as several dead bodies. One of the bodies was identified to be the man. The others were several other missing persons. Cause of death seemed to be mass suicide, however, there were signs of significant struggle first.
Oh, so one of them was controlling the others, and they all tried
to... playing with the collar, right?
Yeah, that seems to be what's happened.
And then there seems to have been some tests for taking the collars apart. So the collar number 2 was taken apart piecewise, the parts labelled, and then several photographs were taken, then reassembled. After it was reassembled, it continues to function as normal. When collar 8 Collar 8 was constructed identically to number 2, but with the closest approximations available to the unreplicable components. It now fails to function.
Okay.
Unreplicable components from collar 2 placed into proper locations on collar 8. It caused 2 to stop functioning, and 8 now begins functioning. So it seems that the parts have been interchangeable.
Yeah.
It does seem from what we can see, yeah.
Test 4. The components return to collar 2. Replicable components in collar 2 replace randomly with replicas. Collar 2 begins functioning with return of the components, and changing the replicable components for replicas does not significantly reduce functionality. Replacement of a damaged transistor decreased time from transmission to effect for collar 2 response to commands entered in the remote by 12%. That they can be buffed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's oh god. So they could be even worse.
Yeah. 010 has been demonstrated to work more effectively in creating unskilled labour than for any other task. The logo is apt by Dr. Someone.
So basically, it's
the logo is.
Yeah, so this is kind of like a weird object that you can use to force someone to turn into some kind of mutant manual labourer, kind of. Yeah.
That's really freaky. So you can put it on them and basically control what they do.
Yes, indeed. I guess the sort of Russian logo thing on it is supposed to be maybe like it comes from some weird alternate dimension where some Soviet proletarian weirdness was going on or something.
Yeah, well, I can see why it's safe because it's not really difficult to contain.
No.
A set of collars. Yeah.
Other than the mass suicide.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all those dead bodies around it.
Indeed.
But I suppose that's the people rather than the item itself.
Yeah. Well,
The item's just helping them along.
Yeah. So that's SCP 010. Do you want to read this next one then, Phil?
Yeah, so we're now going to 011, which is the Sentient Civil War Memorial Statue.
Okay.
So we're safe. So it's always a good start when the object class is safe, because it means it's going to be really quite easy to, contain. So, containment procedures. So SCP-011 and the area surrounding it are to be cleaned once every day. For safety purposes, cleaning should start at least 30 minutes after sundown. Cleaning should always be performed by at least two personnel. The fact that they have to put two, who are also advised to know anything unusual about the item or the debris cleaned up. In a situation where the item cannot be cleaned for more than 2 days, local residents must be contacted and instructed not to approach the item. Containment procedures nullified in 2004. Oh. Okay. So let's see what it is. So it is a Civil War memorial statue. A satchel. I don't even know if it's statue or satchel.
A satchel.
Statue located in Woodstock, Vermont. And there we have a nice picture there from Google Images, of course, for SCP-011. The statue is the image of a young male soldier holding a musket at his side and is carved out of granite quarried within the area. Occasionally, 011 has been observed lifting its musket to the sky to fire at birds which attempt to land or defecate on it. Oh, this is like the age-old thing where birds would always shit on the statue, wouldn't they? And now they're having their revenge. Reports detail its movements produce soft grinding sounds but do not cause any structural failure. Oddly, the gunfire is very, very similar to that of a standard firearm, despite observation that the item only loads granite bullets and granite powder into the musket, which is also unharmed by the firing. In spite of its efforts, some fecal matter does manage to strike SCP-011, and is reported to become distressed when there's a large amount of feces on it, on some rare occasions even firing at humans. Oh, that's great.
Oh dear.
I know, so it's trying to get these birds. Well, it's finally they want their payback, don't they? Those assigned to maintain 011 are to see document 011-1 for instructions. Document 011-1, here we are straight away, maintenance brief. Document archive in 2004, accessible to personnel with security clearance 2011 or higher. Well, we don't have that, so we better go.
Well, we're off and out of here.
We do have security clearance. How about that? Additional information. 011's seeming sentience has increased since the first report of activity in 1995. As of 2004, the item's containment procedure has been dropped, but it remains under constant observation. Recorded below are landmark events and its activity. So we've got the timeline here. So on the 12th of March in 1995, Woodstock resident reports the statue's eyes moving, first sign of activity. Then, the 30th of September 1995, statue shoots musket for the first time. Well, that's a big gap, isn't it? That's not like nearly 5 months before it does something.
Yeah.
9th of October, statue begins shooting birds from the sky. 25th of January, now in 1996, registration to SCP-011, containment procedures begin. 14th of April in 1997, SCP-011 observed moving casually and looking around. 3rd of May in 2000, after caretaker blank jokingly shouts, "Good shot," to 011, the item replies, "Thank you," in a reportedly very human voice. First speech from statue. Oh, good. So now it's even speaking.
Yeah.
Then the 22nd of October in 2001, it starts having conversation with the caretaker, who we don't know his name. 2001, no date, just 2001, shooting a bird stops. The 6th of February 2002, at the imploring of blank, he steps down from his pedestal. 2003 to 2004, he reaches a human level of self-awareness. 10th of November 2004, containment procedures dropped. Custody of 011 transferred to no one knows. 17th of May 2005, reports that 011 is romantically attracted to her. Okay. And 29th of April in 2006, most recent psych test reports an IQ of 133.
So it's not really scary, it's more just a statue who's come to life and now apparently has romantic attraction to a person.
Well, hang on.
Caretaker, right? Because the blank name are all the same.
Yeah, it's
but
true.
Hang on. It is scary in the fact that it could potentially fire at a human.
Yeah, true.
Even though it's rare. But it tries to fire at the birds, but it could fire at humans. I suppose don't be near it when there's birds about.
Yeah.
That's the safest thing you can do.
Indeed. What a weird
But
one
I can see where it's come from. It's the sort of fancy that these poor statues always get shat on. So obviously this was designed as finally a statue taking revenge.
I guess it was. I wonder if this started out originally as a joke SCP, and then sort of became maybe accepted as a mainline one.
Well, yeah, like you said, it's one that's not really too bad. And it's
Yeah.
not freaky, it's not creepy. It's just wants to kill birds because it's had enough of them shitting on it.
Indeed. Yeah. So if we go on to SCP-01212, a bad composition. This is a Euclid one, so we're getting on to our first slightly more dangerous or less easily contained SCP. So, special containment procedures. SCP-012 is to be kept in a darkened room at all times. If the object is exposed to light or seen by personnel using a light frequency other than infrared, remove personnel for mental health screening and immediate physical. Object is to be encased in an iron-shielded box suspended from the ceiling with a minimum clearance of 2.5 metres or 8 feet from the floor, walls and any openings. 012 was retrieved by archaeologist K.M. Sandoval during the excavation of a northern Italian tomb destroyed in a recent storm. The object, a piece of handwritten musical score entitled On Mount Golgotha, part of a large set of sheet music, appears to be incomplete. The red/black ink, first thought to be some form of berry or natural dye ink, was later found to be human blood from multiple subjects. First personnel to locate the sheet, Site 19 Special Salvage, had 2 members descend into insanity, attempting to use their own blood to finish the composition, ultimately resulting in massive blood loss and internal trauma. Following initial investigations, multiple test subjects were allowed access to the score. In every case, the subjects mutilated themselves in order to use their own blood to finish the piece, resulting in subsequent symptoms of psychosis and massive trauma. Those subjects who managed to finish a section of the piece immediately committed suicide, declaring the piece to be impossible to complete. Attempts to perform the music have resulted in a disagreeable cacophony, with each instrumental part having no correlation or harmony with the other instruments. I think this one was in Containment Breach, this. It was in a random room, and it served no other purpose other than if you go in there, your character will try to wander over to it and will literally kill himself.
Yeah, because now we can see what it does. This one's a bit more dangerous now, because you're sort of compelled to try and finish a piece and basically cause serious harm to yourself by doing so.
Yes. But, yeah, you can see why it's Euclid, because of that reason that it harms people. But at the same time, it's not too difficult to contain, as long as, nobody really goes into its room.
No one goes near it, yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah, that's the main thing. You don't want anyone going near it. That was quite a short one, actually.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It's nice when you get the short ones.
SCP-013, Blue Lady Cigarettes.
Ooh, okay.
So it's classed as a safe item. SCP-013 are to be kept in a secure storage vault at Site 66. Exposed subjects are to be monitored for differences between their symptoms. Exposed subjects are to be interviewed daily, and any changes in perception are to be logged. Ooh.
Back to that Twilight Zone theme.
Yeah.
So SCP-013 is the collective designation of 242 cigarettes, which display similar anomalies. The most common external detail between instances is the presence of the word Blue Lady handwritten on each cigarette in blue ink. Subjects who consume the contents of SCP-013 through inhalation will begin to perceive themselves as a specific unidentified woman. Subjects have described the woman to be aged between 25 and 35 years old, standing approximately 1.6 meters tall, with an estimated weight of between 50 and 55 kilograms. Additional recurring details include cropped dark hair, blue eyes, and bright blue lipstick. Interesting. Immediately after consuming an instance of SCP-013, subjects will gradually begin to perceive reflections of themselves as having the features of the woman, and will gradually perceive their bodies changing to reflect her appearance over the course of the following weeks. All changes are entirely mental. The subject's body does not change outwardly, only their perception of themselves. These alterations are permanent and cannot be reversed.
Great, so you've got something that's basically changing people's mind to view them as a woman.
SCP-013 was discovered after the suicide of Irvine Rivers, packed in a large cardboard crate in his apartment. A cursory search of the apartment uncovered several hundred sketches of a figure strongly resembling the one perceived while under 013's effects. Miles's body had been found sitting at the desk dead of a massive overdose and draped over a handwritten note transcribed below. During the investigation of Miles's apartment, one civilian investigator became affected by 013's effect. An embedded agent soon contacted the nearest site. The subject, the artifact, and related evidence were extracted and contained. Currently, 217 instances of SCP-013 cigarettes are contained at Biosite 66. 25 SCP-013 cigarettes are contained at Research Sector 09 pending future research into similar anomalous effects. Below is the note that was acquired along with the cigarettes. I see her everywhere, that sad blue lady. I feel like I know her, but I can't remember. I love her, but I don't know why. She's so beautiful and sweet and clear, but I don't know anymore. Her favourite flavour, where did you go? I miss you.
Ooh.
Strange.
Okay, so it's basically changing your mental attitude to view yourself as a woman.
Yeah. Well, specifically this woman.
Woman
becoming obsessed.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. You've got to think with the SCP how difficult their job is of keeping this stuff away from the public, because it must be so difficult having to keep this away, and the fact that how many amnestics they have to administer to people who see things. I mean, where they're getting their supply of amnestics, they might run out one day. They're giving to people. Yeah,
it's a strange one. It's kind of like, I suppose it's kind of like a take this one on kind of like a possession story, in terms of it's like this time it's a specific object, and if you smoke with it, it's almost like you kind of become possessed a bit, sort of, and you think you are someone else. It's I guess it's like the writer maybe had that idea in mind. I wanted to sort of do a sort of different take on that. Yeah. Okay.
You wouldn't want to work. You wouldn't want to work there for the SCP because you'd be so stressed to contain everything and things that are ridiculously dangerous and could kill you. Right, so 014 now, the concrete man. Oh, it's not the concrete donkey. Shame.
Wow, that random worms reference right there.
It's great. Right, we've got another safe one, which is always good news. It's to be kept in a site, redacted, in a chair with arms, preferably facing a window. Music should be supplied on a regular basis, preferably constantly. This music should not include pieces originated after 1937. A security camera should be present in 014's room. So, SCP-014 is a Caucasian male appearing to be approximately 30 years of age with black hair, brown eyes, and a somewhat round face. Records indicate his name to be Robert Chetford, confined in 1915 to the Norwich Asylum in Connecticut for delusional insanity, claiming that he'd been cursed to live forever and was slowly turning into concrete in consequence. The asylum closed in 1937 and the patients were transferred to various other facilities. SCP-014 came to Foundation attention in 19-something from rumours of a patient who seemed to be entirely immobile and showed no signs of aging. Further investigation determined that acquisition was warranted. SCP-014 is to all outward appearances a normal man, but he does not appear to age and shows no signs of possessing metabolism. He does not eat, drink, perspire, or in any way demonstrate life functions. He breathes only to speak, and apart from his eyes and vocal apparatus, is to all appearances utterly immobile. He has never shown any evidence of pressure ulcers, despite his position not having varied for several decades. Neither do his muscles appear atrophied. He can converse normally, but shows little knowledge of or interest in events since his confinement. Addendum. Note. Frankly, were I to interview this man without knowing his history, I think he was a perfectly sane and well-adjusted individual who appears to be quadriplegic. As it is, I have to conclude that he's the ultimate proof of the idea that the mind rules the body. He thinks he's concrete and will live forever, and so he's as close to both as can be, somehow.
Well, that's a bit of a freaky one.
So it's basically, you cannot move.
Yeah.
So he cannot move. He thinks he cannot move, and so he just stays. But the fact he doesn't need to do normal human functions to survive is strange in itself as well.
I mean, I guess it's the idea behind this one is just, the sort of existential horror of immortality, because basically he doesn't age, but he's also immobile and can't move.
Yeah, can't move.
Yeah.
Yeah. Horrible life, that, though.
Yes.
That would be a horrible life.
Indeed. That is a freaky one.
Very freaky one.
Yeah. Oh, so the next one we come to, SCP-015. I think I might have read this one before, the Pipe Nightmare. I think it's actually quite a freaky one, this one. Yes, this is the one I think it is. So this is SCP-015, Euclid, Special Containment Procedures. SCP-015 is impossible to move and is contained on site. A gap of at least 2 meters or 6 feet needs to be maintained around the entire structure containing 015 at all times, and no structures of any kind are to make contact with 015's current containment structure. Exploration is permissible, but only in teams of 3 with full safety lines and GPS tracking. Any protrusions from 015 must be capped and sealed immediately, with the new site recorded and logged. No aggressive action is to be made within SCP-015. No hand or power tools are allowed anywhere inside. No repairs or maintenance are to be made anywhere on 015. So, description. It is a mass of pipes, vents, boilers and other various plumbing apparatus completely filling a warehouse in redacted. The pipes appear to grow when not under observation, attempting to connect to nearby structures via sewer systems and underground plumbing. SCP-015 contains, at current estimate, over 190 kilometres, 120 miles of pipes, ranging in diameter from 2.5 centimetres to over 1 metre. Some pipes appear new, while others are rusted and leaking. Pipes have been reported as being made of bone, wood, steel, pressed ash, human flesh, glass and granite. No pipes composed of lead, PVC plastic, copper or any other traditional material for the production of pipes have been found. SCP-015 reacts to tools and aggression. Any personnel acting violently, carrying tools or attempting to damage or repair 015 in any way will trigger a reaction. Any pipes near the subject will burst, spraying on the subject for several seconds before the flow suddenly stops. Pipes have been reported containing oil, mercury, rats, a species of insect not yet identified, ground glass, seawater, entrails and molten iron. Pipes will continue to burst around the subject until death or retreat. 015 was cut back to its current structure after attaching to 11 other structures in the area. Currently, 11 personnel have been killed and 20 more are still missing. Reports have been made of banging and screaming coming from within SCP-015. Yikes.
Oh,
yeah.
that's
a scary one.
Indeed.
What's the link there? Maybe
The
you can see
link,
what's
yeah, it's something called plumbing. It's like a full-on story by the looks of
Shows
it.
you the Windows XP background screensaver.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we'll read that one, ladies and gentlemen.
But that is that is very creepy, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, suppose you are safe as long as you don't start mucking about with the pipes.
Indeed, yeah. It's just the I think what makes it creepy more than anything is the reports of banging, screaming from inside it, which suggests that there are people trapped in there, which is pretty weird.
Which is complex. Yeah, that's a very bad one.
Indeed. Right, so back over to Connor then.
Yep, we've got the sentient microorganism SCP-016. Ooh, a new object class. SCP-016 is to remain within the confines of a 5x5 meter room at all times, maintained at a temperature not to exceed 0 degrees Celsius. SCP-016 itself is to remain in the Petri dish in the containment cube at all times unless directed otherwise by Level 4 or 05 personnel. Full documentation of experimentation with SCP-016 must be submitted before and after samples and duplicates of SCP-016 may be taken. Failure to follow these procedures will result in termination or reassignment as Class D personnel. Only authorized personnel may be permitted to obtain samples of and experiment with SCP-016 under BC-L5 containment conditions. If an outbreak does occur despite following the aforementioned procedures, Directive-based personnel are to implement a Code Sigma lockdown and containment plan. Infected personnel are to be terminated on site by security forces wearing standard mission-orientated protective posture (MOPP), anti-biological and anti-chemical equipment. Should the infection not be contained after 48 hours, the on-site nuclear device is to be detonated. The remaining personnel are not to be evacuated under any circumstances.
Oh my God! Even when you've not started reading the description, it already sounds as it's going to be horrendous.
Yeah.
SCP-016 has been shown to survive for up to 6 hours on hard surfaces and up to several minutes in air. High-intensity ultraviolet light and high concentrations of solution have been demonstrated to be effective in disinfecting non-organic surfaces. Description. SCP-016 is a blood-borne pathogen recovered from a mine worker in Redacted who injured himself while working in a deep coal seam. The said wound became contaminated with coal dust from the mine, possibly infecting the worker with dormant spores. Over the next several days, SCP-016 proceeded to infect the remaining employees at the mining camp, as well as the CDC crisis team dispatched to deal with the epidemic. Foundation personnel then took over the investigation and terminated all effective personnel. Patient Zero was brought into captivity and the mineshaft was collapsed by an explosive device. SCP-016 has an incubation period ranging from 24 hours to 2 years, depending on the presence and number of other human hosts in the area. First symptoms resemble the common cold and include itchy eyes, runny nose, coughing, and bodily aches. Phase 2 begins in 48 hours and consists of a controlled form of a hemorrhagic fever, as the organism causes a small amount of blood to become aspirated in the lungs, creating an aerosol effect. During Phase 3, the host crashes and bleeds out, bleeding profusely from every bodily orifice, including the nose, tear duct, anus, skin pores, mouth, urethra, and in the case of females, the vagina. Blood pressure skyrockets during the final stage. Hosts have been observed projectile vomiting blood to distances of over 5 meters. Should the host survive this near-total exsanguination, the pathogen will become dormant once more, returning to the incubation phase.
Sounds lovely.
That is beautiful.
It's horrifying, but also like some weird cartoon thing where you see someone projectile vomiting at 10 meters.
The weird thing about it is the part where you're bleeding profusely from every bodily orifice, that's similar to Ebola. Ebola sort of acts like that.
Oh, really?
I think it's about to mention Ebola, actually, looking at it.
Inspiration. What distinguishes SCP-016 from other strains of hemorrhagic fever such as Ebola and Marburg is its unusual response to high stress. Should the subject undergo a high-stress situation, such as a life-threatening crisis, the organism will change its survival tactic from rapid reproduction to the rewriting of the host DNA and stimulation of rapid cell division. Major physiological changes occur within the first 24 hours and complete bodily reconstruction occurring within 2 weeks' time. Most hosts do not survive the process due to the heavy demands made on the body.
Ooh,
Interesting.
We've got a what? What's that one there? Is that a note?
That's footnote.
Due to their similarities as fatal contagions that simulate the production of excess organs, a possible link to SCP-1801 is under investigation.
We'll never get there for the next thousands of years. 1801, yeah.
An interesting side effect of the transformation is an increased aggressive urge. It is believed that this may be an attempt to maximize the spread of the virus in a manner similar to rabies. On another note, subjects who undergo bodily transformation no longer appear to exhibit SCP-016 hemorrhagic properties. However, subjects infected by transformed hosts will still undergo the normal SCP-016 infection process.
Ooh, dear,
Jesus.
Yeah, it's very bad, isn't it?
So here's a log. Subject D016-1, D-Class personnel was infected by SCP-016. Upon first showing symptoms, subject's quarters were slowly flooded with water over a 24-hour period. SCP-016 mutated into teratomorphic state, transforming the subject's lungs into gills. Subject survived for around 2 more weeks as SCP-016 transformed its limbs into fins, caused its eyes to atrophy, and it enhanced its sense to hearing into a cetacean-type echolocation ability. Subject was terminated by draining all water from its quarters, causing it to asphyxiate. Body was subsequently cremated without autopsy.
Oh.
Bloody hell. Turned into a fish.
Yeah.
He got turned into a fish. Bloody hell.
Another D-Class personnel was infected by SCP-016. Upon first showing symptoms, subject's quarters were slowly flooded with water over a 24-hour period, and SCP-016 mutated into a teratomorphic state, causing subject to undergo rapid muscular growth and increased bone growth on the knuckles. Subject then attempted to escape from confinement by punching through the reinforced steel door. The subject was not successful and died by drowning.
I tell you what, you've got to feel so sorry for D-Class.
Yeah,
I know.
they get bodied. But yeah, it was the same situation, but two different ways the SCP responded to it.
Thank you, Dr. Redacted. Always,
Yeah, thank you.
Whoever Dr. Redacted is.
So another D-Class personnel was infected by SCP-016. The subject was previously a chemical engineer who poisoned his wife upon discovering her adultery. Upon first showing symptoms, the subject's quarters were slowly flooded with water over a 24-hour period. The SCP-016 mutated into a teratomorphic state, causing subject to grow an unusual organ on his chest, consisting of a chamber and two separate tubes. The organ continued to take in water and swell in size, until Foundation personnel, realizing what SCP-016 may be attempting, terminated the subject by gunshot. Organ was found to contain several gas sacs filled with acetylene gas and oxygen.
Okay.
So he was trying to create like a biological blowtorch.
Tried to blow himself up or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, seems to be, doesn't it?
Another test, D-Class personnel infected by SCP-016. Subject was told to concentrate on forming wings. No stress was applied. SCP-016 did not mutate into a teratomorphic state, and subject died of exsanguination during Phase 3.
Okay.
Oh, no wings for this boy.
Nope.
Could be an angel. Could be the angel he wanted to be.
And then finally, another D-Class personnel was infected. Subject was told to concentrate on forming wings and placed in an acrylic box suspended 305 meters, 1,000 feet above a mine shaft. A timer was placed outside the box, which subject was told indicated the time to release. SCP-016 mutated into a teratomorphic state, causing the subject to grow a tentacle-like organ on his left wrist, similar to a spider's spinnerets. Subject extended said organ through one of the box's air holes and extruded a strong silk-like substance, which it then used to secure the box to the cable. Subject was then terminated when the countdown reached 0 and the bomb detonated.
Oh,
Turned him into Spider-Man.
Tried turning him into Spider-Man.
Yeah.
What a strange one that was. That was our first Keter level SCP in this video.
Which is essentially really difficult to contain.
Yes.
Which makes sense, because most pathogens are like that, but it does weird things to you, doesn't it? And it's very, again, it's getting a bit more into the realm of extremely dangerous.
Yes.
Yeah, that one's very dangerous.
Aye, yeah.
That's why it's Keter.
Indeed. Just looking at time, just thinking, should we continue on or shall we wrap up here? Because it is not, too far for 6 o'clock. Connor, do you need to get going very soon, or...?
I am good. I'm good to carry on.
Good to carry on. Yeah, that's fine then. If you, in that case, why don't we do 2 more then? 1 for Phil and 1 for me then.
Sounds
okay.
Good.
Yep. I'm next, aren't I? Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
Okay. Now we're going to 017, or the Shadow Person. I'm doing another person. I did a person last.
You did.
We've got a Keter, another Keter. So, SCP-017 is contained in an acrylic glass cage, which is 100 centimeters by 50 centimeters by 50 centimeters, centrally suspended in a concrete room measuring 6 by 6 by 4 meters. Attached to the walls, ceiling, and floor of the room are high-intensity arc lamp spotlights pointed directly at the acrylic cage to ensure that SCP-017 is constantly exposed to light from every angle. Personnel assigned to the SCP-017 control room are to monitor the functionality of the spotlights and the emergency generator system and call for maintenance immediately upon knowledge of a burnt-out lamp or an issue with the générateur. That's a bit of French there.
Just random French.
Exactly. The only circumstance in which personnel allowed entrance is to replace lamps. Personnel entering the room are required to wear the designated full-body reflective suits and must be cautioned not to step in front of functional spotlights. Okay, so obviously we can probably say it's got something to do with the lights, this thing. So, it is a humanoid figure, approximately 80 centimeters in height, anatomically similar to a small child, but with no discernible identifying features. It seems to be composed of a shadowy smoke-like shroud. No attempt to find any object beneath the shroud has been successful, but the possibility has not been ruled out. Its reaction to shadows cast upon is immediate and swift. It leaps at the object casting the shadow and completely encloses it in its shroud, whereupon it returns it to its normal size, leaving no trace of the object behind. Additional notes. Personnel with beta clearance or higher should also see document 017-1.
That's not a link. Thought it might be a link, but it isn't.
Maybe it's been redacted.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I can see again why it can be difficult to contain. If it can just like instantly go over and basically get over someone and take them away
through their
Well,
shadow.
how did you get contained in the first place?
I know, that would be a challenging one, wouldn't it? That one. Yes.
Yeah, just try and make sure you don't have a shadow, I suppose. Or in where there's you have to. That's probably why there's so much light to try and eliminate the chance of a shadow being there.
Hence why
I just think this one's a bit. I don't know, a bit too short. I thought there could be a bit more information onto how it works and everything, and
you could you could probably have like some test logs with some poor D class being horribly engulfed by it and just disappearing from existence.
I don't know why this one's so small.
I guess maybe the author just felt like it didn't really need all that much more, because there's always a lot of a thing in story writing with horror and things like that in terms of too much detail and you actually remove the mystique from something, whereas not enough, and obviously you just leave the reader sort of wanting more.
They've only just been contained as well, so
there you go.
they don't have enough information on it yet.
Nope.
Yeah, there you go. So that's a good shout on that one. Right, well, the last one then.
So, SCP-018, the Super Ball. So, this is a Euclid one. Containment procedures are as follows. 018 is to be contained in its specialty metal restraint inside of a 1 metre by 1 metre by 1 metre sealed box lined with heavy synthetic padding. The sealed box is then submerged in the centre of the 10 by 10 by 10 metre polyethylene holding tank. If 018 is to break free from the holding box, the polyethylene-based goo will slow down kinetic activity enough for proper retrieval by containment personnel. Personnel entering 018's holding chamber are to wear specialised plating found inside of SCP-018 observation and a breathing apparatus before being lowered into the polyethylene tank. If SCP-018 is loose outside of the polyethylene tank, personnel are advised to secure themselves in a separate room and close doorways or hatches to isolate 018 until containment teams arrive. Okay, description is, it's the appearance of a superball made by the Whammo Company in 1969. It is 6 centimetres in diameter and coloured red. Found when the Blank Company was hired to clean out a warehouse that had Whammo merchandise in it, SCP-018 was noted to be able to bounce with extreme height. At first thought to be a pleasant child's toy, 018 was able to bounce with over 200% efficiency. That is, if dropped 1 metre it would bounce 2, then 4, then 8, then 16. The ball soon became a dangerous projectile, reaching speeds estimated at over 100 km an hour and damaging property and injuring 5 in the city of Blank. It came to a rest after several days in the nearby lake of Blank and was retrieved by SCP personnel. Due to the speed of the object and the total surprise by its victims, no cover-up story was required or initiated. Okay.
Oh.
This reminds me of weird dreams I used to have as a teenager with bouncy balls that people would throw and they would go crazy around rooms. I wonder if someone had a similar nightmare. Indeed.
This is even worse because it just increases the bounce ratio.
Yeah, the speed of it. Document 018-04, message to 05-redacted. Redacted, I hope everything is well. The reason I write to you is because I believe I've found a more effective method for retrieving new or escaped SCP objects. Yes, I realise we haven't had any progress in reverse engineering whatever allows this thing to defy the laws of thermodynamics, but we've come up with a very effective method for integrating one of ththese new SCP-A5 armour suits with this. Just hear me out. We implant it into the bottom of a boot, rig up a little bit of a mechanical device, and ta-da! The suit is now capable of jumping well over a building. Also, if the wearer has their foot against something they want dead, well, let's just say it delivers a hell of a kick. All I need is permission to modify one of the pre-existing SCP-A5 suits, and you'll be able to actually capture Blank, plus any other escaped SCP objects. Trust me, won't ever let you down in the past. Dr. Blank, document 01806, letter to Dr. Redacted. Dr. Redacted, upon assignment, Agent Redacted was issued your modified SCP-A5 armour in retrieving SCP Blank, and the results are mixed. Agent Redacted was able to place the Redacted collar onto SCP Redacted, chase it through the Amazon and restrain it by dismemberment. However, due to a malfunction of your little mechanical device, he was launched almost a mile into the air and suffered 2 broken legs, 7 broken ribs, a missing arm and a skull fracture upon hitting the water of Lake Blank on the way back down. You will fix that before I authorise your armour for common use. Document 018-11, message to 05 Blank. redacted, don't worry, it's fixed, but I have some more ideas. If I can be granted the use of some water from SCP-006, SCP blank, and possibly SCP redacted, I can deliver you a set of SCP-A5 armor and an agent that can capture any, if not all, rogue or unattained SCPs. All I'm waiting on is your approval.
Oh dear.
Wow,
So,
okay.
Yeah, that was a bit of an issue there when you tried to make armour out of it.
So basically, in short, it is Bouncy Ball is extremely dangerous because it gets faster and faster and bounces higher and higher each time, and the SCP Foundation is thinking, how can we actually weaponize this thing?
Yeah, it did as well. There was a lot of damage to the user.
Indeed, yeah. Well, there you go. That'll be the one, I think, where we wrap up this episode on, since we're going for over an hour, I do believe,
Yeah.
there. Yeah, so that was
You've done a good
another
job.
series of SCPs with myself, Phil, and this time, Connor. Thank you for joining me,
yeah.
you two.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So,
We've been interested. We've got how many is it? 8,999 of them.
probably,
So
yeah.
we've got a long old haul.
Going to rival your Sir series.
It is at this rate, isn't it? Yeah, indeed. Well, hope you enjoyed too then, ladies and gentlemen. We had some good ones in there. And in the meantime, of course, my usual outro spiel. My social media links and my propagandist channel link, as usual, can be found in the video description for anyone who might be interested in those. But other than that, this is the three of us going to sign off now. So it's goodbye from Phil.
Goodbye.
It's goodbye from Connor.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye, everybody. Go that way. So we're going to head north. Oh, God. Take these guys out. Take them down. Take them down. Concentrate fire. Move, bitch. Dave. Right. So now this. Keep going this way. Yes. Side objective is destroy the air pads. Right, destroy that from attack, please. Causes more trouble for us. Here. Wow. Over there. There's a couple of fucking units hanging back around here. Let's move them up. Oh, fuck. Take out for him. Really, stuff over here. Quickly, kill everything down. Causes trouble. Right, take out that turret.